Hello, my name is Christian Witt and I'm one of the product owners for virtualized testing at Vector. In the last video, I showed you how you can take a look into your virtual ECU, including the basic software stack. But what if you are in a such early development state that you don't even have or own your basic software stack? Then you also can use vVirtual Target Pro. vVirtual Target then emulates for you the basic software stack so that you can fully concentrate on testing and developing your software component. And I would like to show you today how we can then get access to your software components. Now, let's take a look to the example. Here we can see two software components, and in the left software components, we have a lot of ports which are normally connected to other software components. We call that open ports because they're not connected anymore. And this could be application ports as well as service ports. And for all that open ports, vVirtual Target creates automatically interaction possibilities for you. And another way to take a look to your software component is the port monitoring feature. This focuses closed port connections. For example, this error port here, which is connected on both sides to a software component. To define that, you need the VTT-PM file, the VTT port monitoring file. And in that, you have to define the ECU and the port path, so that vVirtual Target knows which port should like to monitor. And that is all what you need for vVirtual Target Pro in the emulated use case, only the software component description. And then vVirtual Target generates for you a Visual Studio solution or a CMake project, depending on your choice. And here I have chosen the Visual Studio solution. And what I would like to show you here is that you can use your normal RTE calls, so you don't have any impact on your application level. And what vVirtual Target does in the background is it defines or implements this RTE interface here and forwards then this data or this call, for example, to our basic software emulation model. Let's go to Canoe, our execution environment for our emulated software component. Here on the right side, we see the headlight and the light switch elements, which are port members for the input and output port. Both are sender-receiver ports, means we can use them directly in a panel or, for example, in a test unit. They are like signals. And I have mapped here, for example, the light switch element directly to that panel element and the headlight to the headlights of that car. But what happens if we have a client call, for example, this light intensity here? Then we have to generate a model which implements the server side, the counterpart of that client port. And therefore, Canoe provides the possibility to implement that in C# or, for example, in COPL. And here you can see an example of this implementation. I have created a method which will be called every time if the client call light intensity here appears. And then this function will be executed. So in that way, we can get access to the open ports of our software component. And also we want to take a look to the port monitoring feature. So here we have the error port which we wanted to monitor. And therefore, vVirtual Target creates for all that ports that we would like to monitor under VTT ECU name RTE a port element. And under that port system variable namespace, you can find system variables for each port member. And now you can use that port member directly, for example, on this lamp here in a panel. When I start now the configuration and I do a misconfiguration in the calibration, you can see the port element changes here, the system variable. And in that way, you can also use the port monitoring to test your software component. That is all what I wanted to show you today, so let's summarize. So vVirtual Target Pro allows you to emulate your basic software stack so that you can fully concentrate on testing and implementing your software component. And therefore, vVirtual Target creates you automatically access to all that open ports and provides you the possibility to take a look to closed port connections. If you would like to have more information about this, please do not hesitate and contact us or take a look to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.